Today's math is really going to be science, but I wanted to make sure we worked on another science entry while all the rules we're learning about living and non-living are fresh in your mind. I bet you remember this book where we talked about is it living or non-living. And we decided a lion was living because we have 5 reasons. It needs food and water. It makes more like itself. It grows and changes. It breathes, and it can move. Those are the reasons. Those are the 5 we need to remember because they're the only reasons that it works. Okay? So, remember, a car, does it need food and water? No. So it's not living. A tree, that was the one that was kind of confusing because we said, does a tree need food and water? It does. It gets water from the soil. It needs that. And the leaves are like little food factories and it makes its own food. So it does need food and water. Can it move? That was another tricky question because it does move. It doesn't walk across the yard, but the leaves on the plant, if the sun is over here, the leaves very slowly and gently will turn. I'm going to show you that in a video one day very soon. But they do move on their own, even though it's almost too small for us to be able to see it. And even flowers, opening and closing on the trees. Does it make more like itself? Well, this to me looks like a lovely maple tree. And remember the winged seeds that we saw in the fall that fell to the ground? When those fell to the ground and got buried, what happened to them? They grew into more maple trees. So they do grow and change and make more like themselves. Well, today you're going to take out the other living paper like this one, okay? Now remember, as a scientist, you're going to use a pencil anytime you write words or letters. So that is what I'm going to do here. Now, the last one we did was about a snowman, and we discovered that it was not living. Today, I've got my toolbox, so I have my crayons and my pencil. And of course, I'll use a glue stick later to put it in my notebook. But for right now, the top, I know it's hard to see, the top part here is where our picture will go. And down here where it says object, I know that's hard, that's where we're going to write the word. So today's word, and I'm going to try really hard to put it up here so you can all see it. What's that letter? R, E, I. Ooh, pull down, trace up and around. Oh, that's an N. Rain. Ooh. Almost didn't leave enough room, but I'm going to go all the way to the top and pull down. Rain. 2 E's. And another R. It starts with a R and ends with a R. Reindeer. And that is what we're going to start by writing. So it's up here on the top, but I'm going to write it with my pencil right in this box. None of the letters go under. They don't go to the worm line, so I'm going to try to keep it right here. Ready? R. Pull down, trace up, and make a bump. E. Flies under the plane line, curves up to touch the plane line, and sits on the grass. I. Pull down, and a dot. N. Pull down, trace up and around. Deer. Ooh, that starts on the plane line. It's a plane line curved letter, so it curves back on the plane line and sits on the grass. It goes all the way up to the skyline and pulls straight down. Those D's are tricky. Practice them that way. E, under the plane line and sits on the grass. Another one, flies under the plane line, curves up and touches the plane line and sits on the grass. And one more R. Pull down, trace up, and curve. So I wrote the word reindeer with a pencil. Now I'm getting out my crayon, and I am going to draw a scientific reindeer, the best I can. So what color would I use? Well, you would use a brown. Yep. Now, yours will look different than mine, and I'm going to do my best. I'm going to make a body, and I think it's kind of be like an oval shape. And how many legs would he have? He would have 4 legs. He has a little tail. Okay, and then he would have a head. Now I can't leave him white. I have to go back and color him in. He's missing something pretty important. Yes. Right now he kind of just looks like a dog or anything, but if I give him some antlers, that will help. And I'm going to do that with my black crayon. I suppose you could do it with brown, but I'm going to give him some great antlers up here, and they're going to branch off, because reindeer have huge antlers coming off their head. I didn't leave a lot of room, but that's okay. So there's my antlers. He also would have some eyes, and then he breathes out of his nose. His mouth is underneath. Oh, reindeers do need ears too, I'm pretty sure. They have to hear, and I don't know what shape they would be, but I'm going to put them in there. So, that's my reindeer. But you do yours the way you want. And boys and girls, if you need to stop while you do that, that's fine. But I'm going to keep going, okay? So, the first question says, does it move? Tell somebody sitting with you what you think. Can a reindeer move? Yes, they certainly can. So I am going to circle with my pencil very neatly the word yes. The next sentence says, does it grow and change? Well, I've never actually seen a baby reindeer, but I sure have seen baby deer. Yes, I believe it does grow and change. I'm going to put yes. Here we go again. Does it breathe? Reindeer are animals, yes, and they do breathe. Okay, here's another one. Does it make more just like itself? Well, we talked about baby reindeer. Yes, it would have baby reindeer. Another yes. And here's the last one. Does it need food and water to live? What do you think? I would say yes, too. So the big question at the bottom is, ready? Is it living? What do you think? Reindeers are living. So we're going to copy this word. Yes. What are the letters in the word yes? Y-E-S. So up here on this line, Y-E-S. Yes. There we go. Then, when you are all done, where is my notebook? Well, Miss Red's going to have to find that. We are going to glue this to the very next page in our science notebooks. Thanks for waiting. I found it. So here's my science notebook. And the last page I put in, remember, was the snowman. So I'm going to turn the page, just one page, and I'm going to get my paper and my glue stick. I'm going to put glue all over the back. My glue's got a little bit of an issue. All right. And we want to keep our work nice and neat, so we're going to put it best we can right into our notebook. And our notebooks are really looking beautiful, aren't they? If things are starting to fall out, go back and fix them. But look how many things we have put in our notebook. And we're going to be getting these notebooks out again on Friday, because we're going to do one more kind of fun living and non-living project. Okay? Do a good job, boys and girls. Think like a scientist. Stay curious. Look around. What do you have in your house that's living or not?